Today's video is Chapter 7, Lesson 6. We are going to multiply a polynomial times another polynomial, specifically binomials times each other or a binomial times a trinomial. Those are the more common types of multiplication that we'll do. All right, you really already know how to do this. You have all the skills necessary to do this because this is you get a car on steroids. So the first one is you get a car right here, and then you get a car over here, and then you're going to get this car, and you're going to get this car. I want to change colors. So we have 4 colors. Now, math people have referred to this as foiling because it's a cute way to remember how to give everybody the right car and not forget anybody. So the F of FOIL stands for first. We're going to multiply the first numbers in our list. 6 times 8 is 48. X times x is x squared. Then O stands for outer. We're going to multiply the outer numbers. 6x times 9, 9 times 6 is 54, and the x is just along for the ride. Inner means these two numbers, the inside two numbers. 4 times 8 is 32, 32 with an x. Then we're going to multiply the last numbers. 9 times 4 is a constant of 36. Now, usually when we do this, we write it sideways. So we would write 48x squared plus 54x plus 32x plus 36. The thing you can't forget to do is to combine like terms. The O and the I will always be like terms, and so you have to do that one extra last step. So our final answer is 48x squared plus 86x plus 36. All right, so let's try this question. We're going to do first, outer, inner, last. Outer and inner we'll have to combine like terms and come up with the final answer there. So first, I didn't mean to write that, is 32x squared. 8x times 4x. Those are our first numbers. Our outer numbers, 8x and 6. That makes 48x's. Inner numbers, now remember this guy's negative, so a negative 2 times a positive 4 is a negative 8x. And finally, our last numbers, a negative 2 times a positive 6 is negative 12. Combine like terms, the 32x and the minus 12 don't do anything, but positive 48 minus an 8 is a positive 40x. So there's our final answer. Check. All right, here's your first question of the video. Do FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. And when you type in your final answer, remember to use a caret. So like if you're going to do x squared, you're going to do x caret 2. All right, is that your answer? 12x squared plus 5x minus 72. Here's my first answer. Outer, inner, and last. Combine like terms, a negative 27 and a positive 32 make a positive 5. Now we're going to multiply a binomial times a trinomial. Still distributive property, but there's no cute phrase like FOIL. So I'm going to start with my 2, and I'm going to say you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. 2 times 5 is 10. X times x squared is x to the third, because remember we add 1 plus 2. 2 times 6 is a positive 12. X plus x is x squared. 2 times 8 is negative 16 with just an x. Now I'm ready to do my 3. 3 times the first guy, 3 times the second guy, and 3 times the last guy. So I'm going to do, let's see, 3 times 5 is 15. I still have my x squared, nothing changed there. 3 times my 6x is a positive 18 with an x. 3 times negative 8 is a negative 24. So here's my numbers from the first you get a car. Here's my numbers from the second you get a car. Now we need to combine like terms. We could do this up and down. We could think of it like when we were adding and subtracting before. But maybe we'll just do it sideways. My highest exponent is right here. So 10x to the third, it'll start. I got x squareds and more x squared. So a 12 and a 15, both positive, make 27 x squareds. I've got negative 16x and a positive 18x. That makes a positive 2x. And finally, I have my minus 24. He doesn't have any matches. That's usually what's going to happen is the first and the last won't have any matches. But these are kind of like the inner and the outer guys. So they'll have terms that you can combine like terms. So it's just a whole bunch of distributive property, starting with here and remembering to add your teeny guys. When you go to add and subtract, you don't add the teeny guys, like it just stays a 2. So there's all those rules to think about, but it's really just the distributive property. And here's your last question, your second and final question of the video. What is the answer to this guy? Multiply a binomial times a trinomial. Is this the answer that you got? Did you make sure that you, like negative 2 and a negative 4, made them a positive 8? Things like when it was x squared times an x, you made it x to the third. Combine the correct like terms. All right, well, there was your answer.